Here we go again with a video presentation of USB Mates 2018. So I have to click the icon now. So you have to supply 4 zeros password. Click this go to this is the default page. This is the default page of USB Mates 2018. So you have to click this button to find your vessel. Okay, then if you wish to upload, then just click double click or import this one. Okay, so if in case there is no zip in your database, you have to make your own. This example, you have to put the new name for the new data. You put mb usb main. Then you have to complete the information here, as well as the LCG, the hold capacity and the chunk limit. And if the LCG is measured from the up perpendicular, you have to input directly and just click this button to convert to LCG distance from a midship, because the program only recognizes the distances measured from a midship. Then if your hold is only 5, so you have to change this slot 5, and it will appear 5 holds here. Otherwise 9, it will also appear 9. And if you check your trimming LCG, the visual appear also 9 holes, and the name here is MPU is female. Okay, since this is for example, if we input 7 holes Panamax 7, then you can check again here, so it is 7 holes and the name is USB made. So once this page is completed, the next step is to update your hydrostatic. So hydrostatic is composed of 6 trough interval preference ranging from 1 centimeter, 5, 10, 20, 50, and 1. So you have to take note that you have to start at the minimum drop. If you have minimum drop is 1 meter, then you have to start with the 1 meter or 2 meters for the keep size and the Panamas. But for the handy size, it is always start with the 1 meter until the deepest drop has been reached. For this vessel, we have 18 meters. So for example, if you have to insert the 20 centimeters, I have to delete first. Okay, wait for a while. The program still reading. So if you start with 2, then you click 20 centimeters. Okay, so the interval of 20 centimeters is already in here, and then you have to uh, put your corresponding displacement of the draft, TPC, MTC, LCB, LCF, and KM. Okay, so that is how the program works. So you have the preference whichever you want to use drop interval. Again, so then we have to load to continue with the presentation. Okay, so you have already completed your hydrostatic page and also this default page. Then the last thing to do is the large moderate weight. So this is the compartment, hold compartment and the tank compartment. So you have to update the LCG. Likewise, if the distance is measured from up perpendicular, you have to put directly in this column and then hit this button, convert to LCG. Okay, so your distance is already at midship, no need to convert. So this is your drop, apparent drop, and if you have to put width in number 7 1000, then apparently there is a change of draft. So this will be the large draft or moderate draft, large draft at mark, and then this is for large draft at perpendicular, and this is for moderate draft result. So normally we always use this large with draft mark. You can check your visual. This is USB made, trimmed by the stern, because you are now trimmed by the stern 1 meter. Okay, so since I have the input, I have the USB mate, in the USB mate is the new data of the vessel now, and then you have completed already your information for the first page and the second page and the third page, which is the tank, and then you can save now the MB USB mate so that it will be stored in your database. Save data. Okay, the new vessel is already saved in the database now. Okay, let us continue. Then we have here the important correction. We have to import 6.9 for initial top correction forward, and up is 1285, and for final correction same, we have still 6.9 forward and zero point 0.6 at the midship and 1285. So this midship 0.6 is only applicable if your midship drop reaches beyond 12.4 meters. So this is correction only applies when your drop midship is 12.4 meters. Okay. So in this main menu there are so many buttons for you to access the pages you want to work for or when. Like for example interpolation, this is the interpolation. This is good for checking your ballast remaining. So you can interpolate in linear interpolation like 1.5, and this is your sounding. And here is the stowage factor. If you change all red figures will also change. So this is the stowage factor conversion. So next is your view data list. So you can view your ship's data in the database by clicking this update ship data and also the survey data. So these are the number of survey you have made in the database. Okay. Next is the large moderate weight. Okay, this was discussed earlier. Then next is a draft. So you have to input the height, and then by inputting your drop here, this will be the result of your boiler immersion, and we have extra slot here. Auto trim, this is very important for loading one hold. So if this is your present drop and you wish to have you require trim 0.10, then the current trim is 1 meter. So if you will load hold number 1, you require 0.1 meter. So the cargo needed is 1130.56 to achieve this 0.10 trim by the stern. So trimming two holes, this is only good for shifting weight for required trim. So if you are planning with your loading computer, so it happened that your drop forward is 12 meters and 13 meters, then you need to make your drop even kill. So you have to shift cargo from number 7 to number 1, which is 729. So you have to shape by imagination only uh, to complete your calculation. So you have to shift 729 from number 7 to number 1 for you to be able to get the 0.0 meters trim even kill. This is to be used when you are calculating in your loading computer. And here is for the dig cargo requirement. You have to input the required information here, and then the weight to load on deck 650 metric tons is given. Then conversion, this is the conversion, so you can put your desired stage factor anywhere in this red slot, then it will be updated, all will be updated automatically. Okay. This is the pen form, this is optional from Shiwikisen. Then claim stability, so if you have to input the cargo here, and you have to update all your LCG, and then the information is given below the center of rotation 1249, the foredraft is 1222, and so on, and you have your KM, KG, GM, GGO, and the rest are given there. Okay, then you have to proceed with the drop survey. So for the drop survey, this is the initial. This is the initial then fuel oil, non-cargo weight. So you have to calculate. Then it turned out that your cargo constant is 305. Now if you want to change your constant to 300, just put here. And then click this one. Then your constant is 300. So if you want to make the constant 305, so you have to input 305, then click this button, then it becomes 305. So then calculate, then check your mean intermediate survey. So intermediate survey, you have to update the non-cargo weight here, then calculate. Then the total cargo loaded for the intermediate survey is 57,446. Then if you want to shift this information, the non-cargo weight to final, then you just click this arrow down. Then this is your final page. So this is already updated in here, and this is your final draft. Then the initial, and this is the final arrow, final mark, and this is for the initial mark. So since your drop midship is not beyond 12.0, so you can use the initial mark. Just click the arrow, then give you the corresponding initial mark. Okay, then you have to click final calculation, then the total cargo loaded is 61,097. Okay, if you want to save the information, the draft from the final survey to initial, you just click this one. Once you click this arrow, the information will go to initial survey page. Okay. Then loadable quantity. This is very important page for your cargo calculation. So, for example, if you are restricted at loading port, you have to click this button, and cargo required when drop is restricted at load port. So, posing if your maximum drop is 12.5, of course, density are the same because you are loading in one port only, so it should be the same. Then, for example, you have sag allowance of 5 centimeters, and this is your estimated arrival departure. Then you calculate, this will be your loadable quantity, and it will be automatically distributed from hold number 1 down to hold number 7. The distribution is ending 0. So this is rounded up to 64,940, and if the switch factor is 0.8, this is cargo division is can be loaded filling 55.85%, so that is almost 60% of your hold. Okay, then if you want to send the plan this value to trim stability, so it will automatically pass it here. So this is the information, this is the new information for the draft and the LCB, LCG, KMKG, and etc. Okay. So for the loadable, if your draft restriction is at the charging port, cargo required when draft is restricted at the charging port. So let us see if your destination is 1023. The destination port density is 1023, and your limiting drop is 1275, and then you have to consider your load back, which is 450. Example, this for example from Port Headland to Japan, you burn 450 metric tons of fuel oil, then you have to consider that one as load back, so it can be your cargo. Okay, you have to calculate, and then your required time on departure is 0.17, and then your mean drop is 1279. So you have to monitor your calculation and your trimming between two holes using this 1279. Okay, so you will arrive at destination 1275. So 1279 should be placed in your calculation here. Okay, so at present, if basis on that intermediate drop service, so this will be your balance to go by drop 7,393. Now you can adjust to 6,000 if you wish, then click this one, then this will be your drop. New calculated drop 1246, 1263, and 1254 is your for and drop mean, for and up mean. So this is the deepest drop because your vessel is hugging, and then your mid drop is 1254. Okay. It's only example. Then you can also check by multi-trimming. So along this line, this is the airdrop of each hatch. Okay. So you can even try to load at the middle 800. Okay. So the new calculated drop is also changed, and the moderate and large weight. Okay, for the trimming tray holes, if this is your 1144, 1188, and if you want to adjust 6,000 here, then click at the middle, calculate, then this will be your cargo to be loaded 3,600, and then it will resolve 1246, 1260, 1255 with trim 0.17. If you want to adjust at the middle, just click this one, down arrow, or up. Okay, so then loadable quantity, if your charterer advised you to load 65,000, you want the corresponding drop, so uh, you want 60,000, so the corresponding drop is can be read off here, 12013, 1201 in here. So if it is 55,000, then there is a corresponding drop 11 to 7. Okay, then we have to trim table, that is only for your reference. Survey report, so in your survey report, before saving, you have to change your date, update your date, and also the load port, and then you can even save to PDF. Save to PDF. Okay, you have also your load line zone. Okay, then your breakdown. This is your breakdown. Huh? So shore scale, for example, if your shore scale is 49,000, you click this one, that means you have 9.8% more cargo on board. This is the belt error. Belt error. Okay, so this one, this picture, if you click, this is new calculated drop due to change in density. So for example, if your density is 1025 and you have 1.022, then this is your new calculated drop. This is new calculated drop 1305, 13.53. Customize, so have to input or supply for zeros as usual, then you have to update this one, name, and then the register date, then finish, then it will be reflected here. Okay, gentlemen, I presume that the wish instruction is clearly understood, and I would like to say thank you for sparing your time listening this voice instruction. Have a nice day and safe voyage always. Thank you.